What's going on, people? It's Ricardo France, aka Ricardo Lifting here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm the guy that talks everything nutrition and training to get you in the best shape of your life. Now, today's video is a little breakdown. I won't say it's a workout, it's a great warm-up, especially if you've got lower back pain and you're just easing off, you've rested, you're now fit to be able to train. These exercises are going to help to stabilize your core and actually be able to train pain-free. You know, after a while your body starts to compensate, especially if you have any imbalances, you know, and things can add up. If you had a very slight butt wink in your squat, eventually you might lead to lower back pain. You know, if you've got any breakdown in your form and technique, sometimes you don't even notice. Eventually, over time and repetition, it leads to some pain. It's been happening to me. I realize I'm a bit stiff and I've actually had very slight butt wink that looks healthy. My spine still stays neutral, but it's just that slight tilt in the pelvis over time that's led to a little bit of pain. So I had to ease off, kind of really break it down, simplify my workouts, work on core stability, and work on keeping a neutral spine without butt wink down to the bottom of my squat. You know, there's things I still got to work on myself. For instance, ankle mobility is quite shocking, and a little bit of hip mobility as well to allow me to get into good depth without having that butt wink. And you might be very similar, you might have slightly different problems, but this is kind of what I've had to do. So I've had to take these exercises that I took from this book, so I'll show you. Rebuilding Milo by Dr. Aaron Horschig. So I read his last book on the Squat Bible, and this one is Rebuilding Milo. This book is very good. The Lifter's Guide to Fixing Common Injuries and Building a Strong Foundation for Enhancing Performance. It's really about different athletes and lifters that build up injuries over time, and actually most times you end up treating the symptoms rather than the cause. So it's about finding the cause, really stripping it back, breaking down the mechanics of the movement, perfecting it to then go back to lift pain-free. That's what the book's all about. I've taken these exercises from there around my lower back pain. I want to share that knowledge with you guys. You know, you can always get it from him, Squat University, but I just want to share it with you guys in my own way and show you guys what I've been doing to help relieve my back pain. Before we get into the video, I want you to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. So also share this with at least one friend. Check out dynutrition.co.uk and type in Francis 10 for 10% off the whole entire range. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to it. So the cat camel is a great exercise for bend and flexing the spine. It's really about going through all ranges of motion to loosen up the muscles around the spine. So first you're going to push away from the floor, round that back, pull the navel up towards the ceiling, tucking your hips under, pulling your neck down, rounding the upper back, and then going through the opposite. So you're curving the spine, pulling the navel down to the ground, raising that chest and that head up, and pushing that bum back, sticking your bum out to really get that bend and flex of the spine. You ideally do that about 10 times, nice and slow and controlled, to feel the stretch in either direction. The modified curl up is a great exercise for helping to activate the core while maintaining a neutral spine. So you're going to lie with one leg propped up and one leg straight out in front of you. And what you're going to do is you're going to slightly curl up upper body, mainly from the neck, without crunching down on the abs, because you want to maintain that arch in your back. And when I say that arch, you're going to have that neutral spine, neutral curvature, hence why your hands are tucked underneath your back throughout the movement. So it's about engaging those abs, squeezing. You're going to hold it for about 10 seconds and release. Go through cycles of that. You want to do that again about 10 times to get that contraction in the abs, hold and release. So this is the side plank, but it's a modified version. It's great for activating your core, especially your obliques, single side at a time. It's really about trying to keep a neutral spine. So what you're going to do, you're going to have your forearm down on the ground, lie on your side and tuck your legs in so that your knees are on the floor. Then you're going to raise your hips up on the side, try to get your body straight, and then push your hips forward to squeeze your glutes, activate and hold it. I'm going to hold it for about 10 seconds and then come down slowly and repeat. It's really about trying to keep that spine neutral through that plank position, bracing your core nice and tight throughout, and push your hips forward to activate those glutes as well, so your whole trunk is working together to hold that position. So the bird dog is a great exercise for being able to activate the core with a little bit of movement on each side while trying to maintain a neutral spine and brace that core. So you're going to start on all fours. What you're going to do is extend the hand straight out as you extend the opposite leg straight out. So it's like you're pushing your fist straight out in front of you and you're kicking that heel back straight out behind you. You're going to hold that for about 10 seconds, bring it in and repeat. Just about going through that movement while trying to maintain a neutral spine. Try not to move around the spine or the hips. Try to maintain that while going through that movement to really help activate the core through movement. So the glute bridge is a great way of activating the glutes and your hamstrings, but you don't want your hamstrings to take over. So what you're going to do is you're going to lie down, tuck your feet nice and close to your bum, and then you're going to press from midfoot, drive your hips all the way up as high as you can, squeezing your glutes, keeping your core tight on a neutral spine, holding it for about 5 seconds, controlling it down. You're going to do this for about 20 reps to really activate and squeeze. Now the key is to try not to get the hamstrings to activate. So if you find that your hamstrings are taking over, make sure your feet are nice and close to your bum. You may get a little bit of quad activation, but with that you're going to get more glute activation as well. So really drive, squeeze, keep that back nice and straight, try not to arch your back, squeeze and control it on the way down. So this is your deep squat with an isometric hold. This is really good for being able to get comfortable in that bottom squat position. So what you're going to do is going to start with a plate in your hand. You're going to squat down. How low you can go depends on your mobility and range of motion. You want to keep a neutral spine, drive your knees out and maintain the arch in your feet. Then you're going to raise your hips up slightly, squeeze your glutes as hard as you can for about 5 seconds and come back down. This is really going to help activate your glutes in the right way, keep a neutral spine, a neutral posture through that bottom squat position. And there we have it, guys. These exercises are crucial for stabilizing the core. Your core being your whole trunk, from your abs, your lower back and erectors, even your glutes, and watching how your hip activates and moves through it as well. It's really important to be able to keep a neutral spine to protect your spine ultimately and prevent any lower back pain. As I go through the year, I'm going to look at different problems that I've had in the past and how to overcome it. Problems I may have never had that you might have, and see how we can fix it and try and help you to be pain-free in the future, whether it be for your fitness goals or whether it just be your day-to-day, sitting at a desk, your job, whatever it may be. Just addressing some of those issues and the common problems you might have and seeing how we can go about our day-to-day life being pain-free by looking at treating the cause rather than the symptom. Don't forget, DIYnutrition.co.uk, type in Francis10 for 10% off the whole entire range. Also, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, comment down below what videos you might want to see, any topics you want me to cover as well. Anyway, that's me. I'm out. Peace.